Folks, this is Marlon Jones, Crushing Crappie, CrappieHunters.com. Welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone's doing well. During the springtime migration, when crappie move in from the deep water basins into the shallow areas to spawn, they use available creek channels, especially on deep water lakes like we use expressways today to get to their spawning destinations. Imagine if you're going to take a road trip and you know you're not going to make it there in one day. You may drive 4 hours, and if you get tired, you'll check into a hotel that offers accommodations for rest. If you take a look at the image, you'll notice that the creek channel winds through the main part of the lake. And then if you notice over to the right, I've marked some areas in green that offers accommodations of structure and protection for the crappie as they move along those creek channels to their spawning destinations. You'll notice, according to the legend, that these are areas that have stumps and standing timber that offer cover and protection for the crappie. You also notice there that there's a red dot with a circle around it on that image. That is where we're going to be concentrating our efforts in this episode. We're going to be located on the main part of the lake, just off of the creek channel. We're going to be scanning standing timber and brush piles for early pre-spawn staging crappie. Stay with me. I'll show you how we catch them.
Passing back and forth in front of it, and that's a decent crappie right there. Not bad. So double rigs are good for presentation, but also very, very good. All right, folks, we just scanned that laydown right there and under the water about 5 feet. Are some fish there. We've got the sun is down on the water right here, and the water temperature is quite a bit warmer. It's about 50 degrees right here. So let's pop down right there. We've got a double jig rig. Here I'm going to be using a 1/16 ounce neon moon eye jig head and just a pink 1/16 ounce jig head on the pearl colored Bobby Garland baby shad pattern double jig rig. And this is really simple to tie up. These are just both uni knots on these, and I'll post a link above the video that will link you to a video that I put together on how to tie this up. So let's get after these fish, see if we can get a few of them in the boat. There's one. That one to start the day off. There. Oh, come here. Not bad. Water's really dirty from that rain we just had. Caught him on the bottom jig. Get out of there. The areas that you want to target this time of year, this is going to be flooded with a lot more water in April when the rains hit this area of the Midwest really good. But these are the kind of areas that we want to target, where there's laydowns protruding out into the water, submerged relatively off of main creek channels that feed into the areas that the fish are going to use to actually to spawn when the water temperature is right. And we're just putting ourselves in between the fish and their destination, basically. Small one there. Not a bad one. Not a bad one. Feels like a nice fish. That ain't bad. So yeah, we're moving to and from the structure, passing back and forth in front of it, and that's a decent crappie right there. Not bad at all. Again, variation in presentation, very, very important. I wholeheartedly believe that me having 4 different types of jigs down there right now, different in some way, actually entices the fish to be more. That's another good fish right there. And we were just talking about variation in presentation, and that fish, the Popeye jig. Very, very important to maximize fish catch. Another one. Again, not a huge fish, but nice one. I'm using the slab slinger. This is a pink and chartreuse color and count of the water. I don't know if you can actually see it, but it's really, really, really stained. And so this is a little bit of a high biz option for the fish. Not a bad fish. Not a bad fish. Right on the top of the mouth, which is exactly what we wanted. Beautiful, beautiful. Again, just to reiterate what we're doing is this is the pre-spawn. And that's pretty much when we're coming out of the wintertime, going into spring, and water temperature reaches in this zone, deep water lake, southeast Ohio. Water temperature between 45 and 50 degrees. Fish move in to come off of the main creek channels out of the deep water and start isolating to structure. And these are the kind of areas that we want to target during this time of year and this stage of the spawn. When the water gets up into, it goes from 51 up into near 60, they move in along the channel into the areas to stage and find bedding areas. And so that'll be the more shallow areas, and they use the creek channels to do that. And all we're doing is, today we're putting ourselves in between them and eventually what will be their destination. We're using double jig rigs to do that. And again, I will post a link to the video that I did a year ago to show how to tie these. Again, very effective to fish this time of year. Seems like a better fish here. Oh yeah, a little bit better fish. Too big, but keeper. Yeah. All right. So what we're doing is one decent. You got to pick through the school to get the decent fish. Here's not a huge one, but a keeper. Feels like a good fish. Yep. Got 2 of them. Will you look at that? Will you look at that? Alright, God, I think it's good that we can go ahead and end on this. But, so So double rigs are good for presentation, but also very, very good when you can do something like this. So hopefully you guys have been able to learn a few things. Hopefully the tips that I've shared with you today will help you be more successful in the water. So look forward to more good content to come. Guys, get a line in the water, have fun fishing this year, and we will see you along the way. Thanks for watching.